Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout using the Scraptastic kit. I'm showing you some of the scraps that I have left. I had a little piece of that Simple Stories pattern paper. I had not used, I don't believe, any of those fancy pants letters up to now, so I wanted to make sure that I used them. And then I just did the whole thing on a white base cardstock. I don't have a lot of papers left at this point, but I found I had too many embellishments to move on because these kits are jam-packed, and I'm not complaining, with embellishments. So I just want to make sure that, I use as many embellishments as I possibly can. So I have this one 5x7 photo of my son and his dog, and he was just a little puppy then. He's so big now compared to, I'm talking about the dog. He's so big now, just a few weeks later. Puppies, they just grow so much faster than humans. And now he's, a fairly big dog. And even when we were away on vacation, we had people stopping us and saying, "How old is the dog?" And we'd say, 5 months. And they'd be like, "Oh my goodness," because his paws, they kept saying he's going to be a big dog because you can tell he's got like massive, massive paws. And but he's just, you can tell he's a puppy because he's just like, quite hyper. And but he's hyper, but he listens, and that's good. You can get him really hyper if you're playing with him, but when you tell him to stop, he stops. So that's really good. And we could actually take him places. Like we walked downtown Boston with him, and he was just a really good dog. Like he wasn't cutting people off. We were just, you have to walk here. And it was one of his first and only time on a leash, and it didn't take us any time at all. He was used to the leash and everything. So that was good. He's a good puppy. And my son is doing a great job, training him and everything. So I had this, if you saw, just this little piece of pattern paper that was left, and it was the stripes. And I had cut something out of it from another layout, but I didn't really have a lot of pattern papers for this, so I just used it. It was just basically a little piece of scrap, and now I had a frame that was left, and it was in the same colors. So I'm going to cut the frame in a few pieces, and I'm going to use that. And again, I'm using that pattern paper that was just stripes, and the stripes were in a few different colors. There was green one, yellow ones, blue ones. So I just cut down the stripes for the blue ones for this layout. And the background of this pattern paper was the string lights, which wasn't really my favorite pattern paper, but the other side I ended up using it all into strips like that and used the whole thing. I used my fancy pants letters, and I wrote out the title because those letters are so big. There's no way that you can make like an incy, even a small word like the word pal or pals is a fairly small word, but it still takes a lot of, place or real estate on your layout. So I decided to do a side title right on the left-hand side of my layout, and I really like how it just, really pops on the layout. And now I'm taking my blue ink that came in the kit, and actually I think that came in the June kit, but I pulled it out because there was a lot of blue elements in the May kit and I wanted to start using it. So it's called Farmer Jeans, and it's a little Prima ink that's the free Prima ink that you get from Scraptastic. If you buy 2 months in a row, she always sends you a little gift, and that month for June it was a couple of inks. And I get, like I said, I've said it in previous videos, I get, most of the time I get all 4 kits because I get between 25 and 30 pages, 30+ pages done a month. So I need more than just the 1 or 2 kits. And for now, I just, I decided that I wanted to get all 4 Scraptastic kits. And now I'm going to build the bottom cluster, and I just took the rest of that frame, and then there was a little die cut that said hello and a little geotag, and just a circle. And what I did, again, this was the 21st layout using this kit. I really didn't have a lot of pattern papers left. But when I looked at my tray that I keep all my embellishment, my die cuts, there was still too much left for my liking. I didn't want to have to put all that back in my stash. So I sat down and I said, okay, these are all blues and these are all green and these are all red. And then I looked at what was left of pattern papers once I had that, and also cardstock, and said, okay, what can I make using these embellishments? And then I kind of pulled in stuff from that. And if I needed extra cardstock from my stash, you know, I just got the cardstock from my stash. I didn't mind doing that because, I mean, we all have, you know, most of us, I think, or a lot of us have a pretty big stash. So it's kind of nice to pull in from our stash too. Although I have to say, when I was looking for a kit club, my goal was to, you know, find a kit club that sort of met the need that I wouldn't have, because I want the new stuff. Yes, I have a big stash and I love being able to pull from my stash and bring in other stuff, but I wanted newer stuff. So I just wanted to make sure that I got newer stuff and then get enough embellishments so that I could just do the pages that I, you know, could get done with the kit and without having to pull too much from my stash. And it's just a good way to, for people that are newer to the scrapbooking world, you know, or someone like me that has quite a bit of stuff that still wants the new stuff, but I don't want to get all the collections, because, you know, and everything from all the collections because I do have a lot of stuff, but I do like to keep it fresh and have the new stuff. So I love the kit clubs for that. So I was having a bit of a hard time aligning the title. I found it was going kind of crooked. So I took my T-square ruler, and I love that thing. And basically you just line it up with the edge of your page, and then you put it right across so you know you're going straight. And then I just put the letters so that it butted up against my ruler, and then I know for sure that my title is now nice and square to the page without having to lift and move, you know, 100 times. So at this point I'm going to cover the photo, and I'm going to ink or splatter the page with some navy ink from Studio Calico. And then I'm going to show you some close-ups of each little embellishment clusters. And if you want to see more close-ups, I just added or just started a blog, and the link is in the About tab on YouTube. And that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.